Hi guys, we're back. Right, what are we doing today, Gem?
Today is...
You left it alright.
Breast hook day.
Gemma's breast hook.
Remember we made this quite a few weeks back?
Quite a few months ago.
Yeah, that long ago time. So, it's time to get it all tied in to the front bit of the boat.
Yeah, I've been excited about this because it'll tie, if you remember, it goes there-ish, so it ties the stem in, this beam shelf and this beam shelf together, making it all one, so all of our work is now, it's all going to be connected, which is a bonus. The only problem is, this is far too big. Got to cut loads of angles on it, got to do loads of precision drilling, so it's going to be one of them episodes which is very sort of, it's got to be right, this.
Do you know what I'm not happy about?
What?
Is that we're going to end up just painting it and it just looks so beautiful.
Yeah, if this was like varnish, there's a bit of spit, I'm afraid, but if that was varnish, that would look awesome, wouldn't it?
But no one's ever going to see it, so protect it with paint.
So let's remove all this junk. So we've got to remove our temporary piece there, which is going to make this extremely unstable. Remove our temporary pieces there. Yeah, alright, let's get stuck in.
So the problem is, yesterday we spent all day tidying all the tools away because they were literally all over the boat. So now we've sort of done a reset, so everything's a bit tidier. So that means all the tools are downstairs, so every time we need something, we're up and down and up and down. It's not the best place to work, is it, for access, but it's got a great view.
Yeah, it's a good view. Shut up, birds.
Oh, I like the birds.
Yeah. Right, so we've got our beautiful piece here, which we don't want to make a hash of it. So what I've done, I've made one out of hardboard. So we can get this one to fit the actual shape around here. And then we can mark that on to this piece. And then afterwards, then we can start working out the angles, because we've got like 3 different angles here. The boys are out to go and have a look at the boats, I think. So when we made the piece, we actually made it far too big, so I've just put our replica of it now in there, and it's far too big, so we need to take quite a bit off the side just to get it up to the stem. Up to the stem, don't we, Gem?
He's a poet and you didn't know it. This is going to be one of them really slow jobs to make sure we get it perfect, because it took us about a week to make this breast hook. So if we cut it wrong now, we're a bit screwed. So we want to make sure everything we do is spot on.
This is just the first cut. So just to get closer. Reminds me of that mackerel you caught the other day. It was like flapping around.
Alright, woo!
So now we can now get it in up tight to here. So we'll mark it out now. So we get these 2 points here equal from the stem. Then once that's like that, then we'll put a straight edge across here to get this square, because we know that's nice and flat. Then that'll give us our reference there. Then we'll remark it underneath, and that'll give us our top overall measurement of this piece, and then we'll have to start figuring out the angles then. Okay, it's all cut now, so this technically fits beautifully to align with the top. So I think what we need to do now is work out the thickness of the material of the new breasthook. Then we need to figure out how far it's going to come down, which is weird because it's on an angle, isn't it? So I think Gemma had an idea. Let's find the same thickness piece of material now, screw it to this, and then we can start working from the bottom, making it fit. Then it's going to fit right. We'll screw all that together. That will give us our angles and our centre lines, and easy peasy then. Or should we just leave that one in?
Can't get a bolt through that.
So that's going to be the bottom edge of our piece. Our piece is 63mm, but this is coming in at 72mm because of the angle. It takes a longer path, doesn't it? So it's going to be long on the side. So we now know we need to make our new lower piece, our new lower template now to this line here. So we've got our bottom piece now, which goes into our lines and whatever. So we've got our middle pieces. So now we've got to sort of balance all this without it falling off and screw it together. What's the chance of that? Getting it right second time.
Ready?
So obviously I can't see the bottom, but the top is now bang on.
Yeah, so the bottom.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Looks good.
Cool. So what we need to do now is copy the curve onto this one. We'll get some centre lines on it. We'll transfer the centre lines to this one, centre line it, and then that'll give us our angles, which is good. We'll obviously cross-reference that. We'll check the angles actually on here in reference from there to there. But yeah, I think this is it's a nice little job, this, to be honest with you. It's sort of a bit of detail, we put a lot of effort into the breasthook, and it's going to make it very strong. So just to copy this radius here, I'm just sort of putting, oh, is it because of the camera I'm working on the other side of it now, so just marking that around there.
It's coming together.
Yeah. Just the right width as well, which is the bonus. Alright, so we now got a big smile on it. It's okay-ish. As far as smiles go.
Does it fit? Yes, it does.
Oh, there, isn't it? So obviously we'll cut this slightly up anyway. Then we'll basically plane back to it.
So now we need to transfer that to the big breasthook.
Yeah, the oversized one.
We have one chance at this.
Well, we don't. We've got this year, next year. Plenty of wood and glow, so.
So now's the difficult bit of transferring our template onto our actual beam shelf. No. Onto our breasthook. Keep forgetting names.
Booby hook.
Booby hook.
We need to choose what part of the material we want. Luckily we left quite a lot to get rid of. So if we now basically just shoot there, So, yeah, these are straight cuts, don't we? Are these straight cuts? Doesn't really matter, does it? Go for it. Okay, hold on. Okay. Cool. Yeah, when we do cut this, it's going to be an overcut, and then we're going to plane back to these lines. So, not that I'm nervous.
Well, it's cutting that thickness of wood. Wait, what? Shaking us off?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah. So now, what we did earlier. We actually used our square, then we put reference marks here. So imagine that is underneath there now, then these line up with, I don't know where that one's gone, maybe it's that one. Yeah, look, these all basically line up. So what we can do is put a square down there, and then we can set this one then into the right position. Let's just realign the thingy above. And then we'll go reference there. Let's take these marks back off.
Stick that mark on.
Yeah, good point.
We should have done that on the front as well.
Yeah. Right, okay, so we can reassemble this now. We can check the angles, and we can check the angles from there to there.
Yeah.
Make sense? So we've decided this is the first cut we're going to do. There's about half a degree difference side to side. Maybe it's just our beam shelf is slightly odd, I don't know. But what I've done is I put a square on this piece of material here, then I can line my bevel up with that, and then we've now set the angle, making sure that's right. What do you reckon? That'll do. So that's our angle to cut.
So just to clarify, you've done this side, flip it back over, so yeah, that is that side.
That's that side, so we're going to cut that. Our next set of problems is I don't think the saw's going to cut all the way through it.
I don't
That's
think
just
so
another
either.
set of problems. Because of the handsaw.
But we're cutting it over big, aren't we?
Yeah,
We're going to
so
plane it back.
Yeah, so we're going to cut this side of the line, leaving, I don't know, should we leave, how much should we leave? 5 mil?
Yeah.
Then hopefully it's massive then, it won't fit in the hole. If it just drops straight through, won't be having problems. Right, anyway, let's cut this one. They were good enough for COVID, weren't they? Fix that job. Right, so just to confirm, we're going to be cutting, attempt to be cutting around there-ish. Keep it big, and then we've got something to plane back to, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if it actually, like, just hold
okay.
it there, let me see if it lines up with the bottom line. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh yeah. Work of art, that. It's like a chessboard or something.
I think I should do something with that. It's like too good to put in the bin.
We could burn it.
No.
Hey, look at it, so you can see all the curves in it. So, okay, cool. Yeah.
So, should we go for the big moment of truth? Obviously it shouldn't fit because it's 5mm bigger to allow it to plane back. But should we actually go and see if technically it should be sitting up a little bit, and then once we plane it back it'll drop in.
Well, technically it's going to be sitting up quite a bit because of these, obviously because the saw only got this far, and then we've cut them with a handsaw, so yeah, it's going to be miles out. Oh yeah, look at the lines on the other side.
5mm bigger like the uprest.
I think we're doing something right.
Woo, thank goodness. That was actually so nerve-wracking because I said the weeks that went into laminating that breast hook up, it was like we make one mistake and it's all down the pan.
Well, don't get too excited just yet. Let me just take my doctor costume off. Oh no. So as predicted, it's just sitting high.
But it's looking good.
Yeah, boy.
Right, little bit of fine fettling to do.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's really good.
Woohoo!
Okay, so now we know it all fits. We're going to just machine this lip off here from the saw. I don't know if you can see it. So we're going to get that off with the plane. No, that's the plane. Luckily, we've still got to plane that off, but
I mean, need to go that way.
I think we need to get the sander. We'll get the sander. So that's very, very close. It's like, obviously we're going to be gluing this in as well. Still not quite taken on how we're going to glue it. Whether we epoxy it, be all one solid. Sorry. Maybe we should have a mask on. What do you reckon? So yeah, if we epoxy it, be all one solid piece. But I was saying to Gemma in the car on the way down here, we've got this piece, we've got this piece, we've got this piece, we've got this piece. It's going to move. It's going to want to move. So maybe we need some sort of more of a flexible bonding in between. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's really held together with the big
bolts.
The big bolts that go through it. So maybe we just put some sealant in it.
Yeah, some adhesive. Then it'll give it a bit of movement then if it wants. Right, so I think what the next job is, we need to figure out our centre line here. We need to drill a big hole all the way through here. And then we need to mark it there, so then we'll shoot it to here first, we'll snug it up there, and then we need to start figuring out how these bolts work, don't we? Right, so before we drill the big holes through, we need to like countersink them at the right angles, don't we? Because we're going to be putting washers in and we don't want the belt to be loaded side to side. So I bought these funny drill bits, I can't remember what they're called. What are they called? Forstner bits? Countersink bits?
They cut holes.
Hole cutting drill bit thingies. So we need to put these in first, because otherwise there's no centre for them, is there? Once we've got a big hole in it. So let's do a very quick test, see if they're the right size. I love Ryobi drills. Smart. Yes, check them out. Beautiful. So turns out the M16 and the M10s are the same size overall diameter. So we can now put them into there, can't we? Pretty. Right, so did you say you're drilling it?
No, but I just had a good idea. I was like putting this metal, so you drill instead of you like going woo and going wonky and shooting it in the wrong place. If you sort of keep it level with the metal.
So yeah, we're going parallel with that there, and we're also going parallel with
the line.
With the line. So if you just move it to one side, so we can see it going off. So we just eyeball it there, and then basically, if the drill don't want to drill straight itself, then that's up to the drill, and we can only do what we can do. What?
Bad work, and always blames his tools.
Well, that's how we can do it.
You're in control of the drill.
Yeah, but I can't see where it's going. Well, when the drill's down here, I can't see if it's going on a little holiday over there, can I? No? It's just like...
Right, you're not allowed to go on holiday. You have to go straight to work.
Yes. Right, let's stop messing. Let's drill it.
Oh, I'm quite scared.
No, in fact, you want to do the other ones first? The short
ones that aren't as panicky.
Well, there's less chance of...
Yeah, you got less material to go through. So yeah, don't go on holiday drill.
Right, come on, let's start with that one, and then we'll see how we get on with the
metal idea.
The methodology. We need a camera person. Do it.
We move around that much, don't we? It's like you can't just leave the camera in one place.
Yeah, and you sort of like the camera's generally in the way because you clamp it in and it's
Do you know what though? We did have a camera person following us around with a camera. We wouldn't know what to say because to us, just talking into a little box isn't scary. But if someone else has got a camera and goes talk, you go. I can't do videos and stuff when other people go, yeah, do you ever do a video? And I go, what'd you say? But when it's just me and him, we're just talking into a little box. It's not to panic about, is it?
Right.
Go on then.
Ready to do a bit of drilling. Oh. Just can't quite write this out.
I'm going to say you potentially veered up.
Yeah, that's like terrible.
Terrible.
That's so, yeah. It's okay for that one. Well, we didn't cock it up on the other one. Right, so I can control this way and this way.
Bang on. By the look.
Okay, so the large drill bit helps.
Down a bit. Up a bit. There. Beautiful.
See? Ah, that's pretty good, that.
So now for the big scary middle one.
I think if we get it started right, then...
I'm going to put you down because I'm going to need all my concentration for this. You're doing your Olympics warming up. Up a little bit, down a little, there. Okay.
So I'll just make a start then.
Yes! We did a thing!
We did a thing that other woodworkers do that we watch on telly that they do it dead easy.
Cool, that's pretty...
Is that actually right? I've not even moved, I've not moved the... That's like really amazingly good.
Oh yeah.
So we could even like get a square on and see how far off we are from the... So let's go. Yeah, look down on that now, the line. Oh my god, this is going to be in the world record thingies.
Depends where you hold the camera though, because if you go there.
No, that's bang on.
Well done, yes. So, we didn't wreck a week's worth of work by cutting it and doing holes. I'm really quite impressed. So if you're impressed, hit the like button.
Yeah, I got it. So,
and if you're not subscribed, subscribe.
Yeah, and all that stuff that every other
like and subscribe.
YouTube says. Don't leave them, mate. I'll snap it. Right. So what we need to do now is technically say, well, this does need a bigger hole boring through, which I've got the drill bit for that. But I think while we've got the 10mm set up, what we're going to do is set it up now in there. We'll use this as our line, so we'll then drill. We'll start to drill
into the stem. With the 16mm.
Yeah, because no, with the 10mm, and then we can get that as deep as we can. Then we'll switch then to the 16, because that'll keep us in line, won't it?
Yeah.
Rather than we go.
Okay, let's wait. Yes, yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm trying to go all the way through. Yeah?
So, can we see there our bolt goes through? And obviously all this outer stem is going to be replaced. But that's going to have the big bolt all the way through it. So, I'm suggesting that we just bolt it up for now with the M10.
Yeah.
Keep it all snug. All the glue will go off on this here. And then when the time comes to put the outer piece of the stem on, then we actually shoot. We actually drill it straight through with a bigger bolt then. And then it holds it all together. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, we're only using M16s because that's what it was original, and it wouldn't have been. It would have been 5/8, wouldn't it, or something like that. It's about 16mm.
Yeah. So we bought some M16 A4 stainless steel threaded bar to go through them.
And not some washers, which cost about 100 quid, but it's obviously well worth it. So yeah, if we get our bolts up now with M10.
Yeah, and then when we replace the apron, is that what it's called?
I don't know, the outer piece.
The outer piece of the stem.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's bolt that up, then we'll shoot some more holes through for our smaller ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to shoot these ones through for now. Here's the ones that I've got on it when it's finished. You can see the size difference there, can't you?
Everybody loves a good thick pole.
Good stuff.
A good shaft.
And shaft.
It's not a shaft, hold on, what is it?
It's a stud.
Everyone likes a nice big stud.
Is that going to be the title to this video? Right then, so it's all cut, it's drilled, it's perfect. What we need to do now is glue it in, don't we? So Joe's been doing a beautiful job of masking it out. So we're going to get it all over it, haven't you?
Yeah, so we're going to mask it and we're going to fill it with marine sealant. So obviously we don't want to paint it because paint doesn't stick to sealant, or sealant doesn't stick to paint, apparently you've all said. So, glue it in. I've masked it all out so then I can take the oozage off and then give it all paint. quite amazing to see this area as it looks now, because if you remember what it used to look like, it was all so rotten. So at the end of doing like a job, we always sit there and have conversation about what's going to happen next and what have you got to do to be able to achieve what you want to do. So we're sat here talking like the next job is to start really making some deck beams.
Yes, which we've got the template for now.
But before we can fit the deck beams and fit the deck, we've got to make packers for between each of the frames.
Yeah.
Then we need to make like the packers for that go on top of the beam shelf to the top of the deck. Then we've got to cut down the actual height of the hull, because all the planks that we've done, we've kept them over big. And we've got to do all of that before then we can put the deck on. But then we're also saying, well, do we need to do any work in the anchor locker? Because once we put a deck on, we can only work through little holes in the bulkhead, can't we? And we're thinking, well, when the anchor chain comes down, is there a possibility the chain could get stuck between like the stringers and the hull and get stuck? So do we actually need to make something for the chain to sit in and to stop the chain from smashing round in the front of the boat?
It'd be the perfect opportunity to do it now, but I could see a couple of weeks worth of work, which you know, I think we've got more pressing issues, but now is the time to do it.
But it's like to do the job that you want to do, you've got to have 10 other jobs that you've got to do first, which is always the way with this boat. So it takes us quite a while to sit there and actually work out the best way to do stuff to be able to achieve the end goal that we need to achieve. So yeah, it's always, you know, as well as sitting there doing the work, mentally it's like, right, I need to do this, need to do that. I need to, obviously a lot of stuff gets prepped in the workshop, so what do we need to now go away and prep? So yeah, there's a lot that goes on, isn't there?
That's what we're up to.
But that's our problem, not yours. So come back next week to see what we get up to. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to everyone who does support this project, because without the supporters that we have, making and editing these videos wouldn't be possible. So thank you all so much.
Cheers, guys.
See you next week.
See you later.
All the work that we do on Sarinda is all made possible with the support of our amazing Patreon supporters and Coffee Monthly members. Without their support, this project wouldn't be possible. So thank all of these people on the screen, as without them, these videos wouldn't be possible. And if you want to join our Patreon or monthly members on Coffee and get early access to our videos and help support the project, we would be so grateful. Until next time, see you next week.